Summer is hot. Summer is tennis.
We'll have the 4x200 metres men's relay with Michael Klim and Sam Riley's first swim in the 100 metres breaststroke. Tonight at 5 p.m, a wrap-up of all the heats, diving and synchronised swimming. Then at 8:30, all the swimming finals live, plus more diving. And Australia playing Greece in the men's water polo. Now back to Gary at the Adidas International.
Thanks very much, Kylie, outlining there the big program of events at the World Swimming Championships. Make sure you stay with us on 7 right through the day, right through the evening for the swimming and, of course, for the tennis and the match coming up that we've all been looking forward to. Martina Hingis, the world #1, against Venus Williams. This is the rematch of the US Open final, which Martina Hingis won 6-love, 6-4, but it was the controversy that followed Venus Williams on her way to the final of the US Open that caused so much talk, particularly her semi-final confrontation with Serena Australia. Martina Hingis, you know, only lost 5 matches last year. She played in 13 tournament finals and she won 5 of them. Of course, she's also the reigning Australian Open women's champion, and the 98 championship, the first Grand Slam of the year, commences again next Monday. 14 days of just fabulous, fabulous tennis. Martina Hingis heading the women's list. Pete Sampras, of course, is there, and Pat Rafter now ranked #2 in the world, and all the other stars at Melbourne Park. 14 days live on 7 from next Monday. But there is a lot of tennis to be played here yet at White City over the next several days. Colonial Classic 2 starts tomorrow, remember. But coming up, as I said, Martina Hingis against Venus Williams. That's if we can drag Martina away from the fans.
Get ready for action when Buffy discovers the truth about angels.
Yeah, just a super day in Sydney and a super day here at White City for the Adidas International. Superb conditions, a little bit on the warm side, but you wouldn't complain, I don't think, if you were out of doors today and enjoying the absolutely fabulous weather and the fabulous tennis that we're being treated to at White City today. And it just gets better and better, because on court now we have Martina Hingis and Venus Williams. As we've said, the US Open rematch. The established queen of women's tennis at the age of 19. And Venus Williams at just 17, a player that has been trumpeted so long and so loud to assume the reins at or near the top of women's tennis. It seems like she's been around for a lifetime already. Martina Hingis, the world's #1, the defending champion here in Sydney, the defending Australian Open champion. She won 3 Grand Slam championships last year. She's won 14 career titles. She is just a magnificent player for her age. As I said, she played in 13 finals last year and won 12 of them. She lost only 5 matches through the course of the entire year of 1997. Very few players, Martina Navratilova, Chris Evert, can boast a 1-year record of those dimensions. And she is just a diminutive girl, but head and shoulders above the rest at the present time, Pam.
Well, it's interesting, though. The 5 losses did come after the French Open, and Venus Williams played her 3 times, but she's looking for her first win here. But you can see her record in '97. She started to establish herself. Quarterfinals at Zurich, Moscow, and Indian Wells, but it was that US Open final that really put her on the map in women's tennis. She ended the year number 22 in the world. She went into 1997 204. That's a pretty good jump. And in 1995, she got to the quarterfinals of Oakland. That was her first year of playing part-time tennis, but I could say that last year was her first year of playing a medium-light schedule, and this year will really be her first full-time schedule on the Corral WTA Tour.
Stands are packed at White City for this one. Martina Hingis against Venus Williams. Leanne White is the umpire in charge. White City with play about to get underway in this intriguing matchup. Venus Williams against Martina Hingis. Head-to-head, 3-0 in favour of Martina Hingis, but the last meeting, as we've said, was at the US Open final last year.
Hingis won the toss and chose to serve.
Oh, that's good to see. First time we've seen that in a couple days. The person who wins the toss chooses to serve. Well, that U.S. Open final, the first set was all Hingis, 6-love, and then Venus Williams played a very good second set. You're under all sorts of pressure if you're in a slam and you've lost first set 6-love. You know what's going through your head. You don't want to get embarrassed.
Time.
It was a very good second set, but Hingis is just too good.
I would imagine that was the reason for Hingis jumping out so quickly. She had to establish her authority in that match because of all the hype surrounding Williams.
Well, sure, and with this great group of teenagers, the Big Five, and they're all here for the first time in a main draw as this packed crowd looks on. You know, they really, they're bold with their quotes, and they're bold with their play. And, of course, nobody has established themselves and shown that they can win the big ones more than Hingis. So she is the lead team, but there's 4 of them looking to catch up.
Well, there is a real youth revolution in women's tennis. I mean, not that there hasn't been a youth revolution for the last 20 years since Pam Shriver played in the US Open final of 1978 at the age of 19. Was it 19? No, 16, sorry. 16.
15-love.
So underway, and as I said, this has brought the fans out.
all.
Well, Gary, Venus knows that the reason why she's been unable to make a dent in the previous 3 matches is that she makes too many unforced errors, like that backhand long. She knows this, and she's really working on cutting down the unforced errors.
14-15. Game Hingis.
Routine for Martina Hingis, 1-love.
First game.
Miller's self-storage.
When do you need it? When do you need it? We're gonna tell you now.
You need Miller's when your garage is so full of stuff you can't get the car in, or to store the wines that haven't matured yet. You need Miller's when you're between houses, or if you have a business without any room left to do any business. You need Miller's for all your packaging supplies. For 20 years, Miller's have been the leaders in self-storage and provide a complete range of secure storage services with facilities all over Sydney.
That's when you need us. That's when you need us. That's why you call us now.
And now, Miller's announced their January offer of 1 month free storage. Yes, if you rent space in January, Miller's will give you your first month storage free. Phone Miller's self-storage today on 1-800-810-022. So don't waste your space, use Miller's space.
That's why you need us. That's why you need us. Why don't you phone us now?
Result coming out from Court 2, Ai Sugiyama, the Japanese girl that won the women's hardcourt title of the Gold Coast a couple of days ago, successful in her match here against Francesca Lubiani. 6-1-7-6.
Venus Williams to serve.
And big opening service game for Venus Williams. She got off to such a slow start at U.S. Open finals, and a hold of serve here would be very important to her. She hits the backhand beautifully, a lot of times with an open stance, with the right foot open. You can see it coming up here, fires it down the line. See how the left leg is the one that stays further over. Oh, a foot fault and a fault, but not a double fault.
2 faults in one, but not a double. Yeah, I see what you mean. Oh, pinpoint.
Well, that's a little bit of Hingis's medicine coming her way. Hingis has had the best two-hander up the line in the last couple of years of women's tennis. That one a little differently produced from Williams, with the right leg more traditionally in front and crossed over. You have to figure the long rallies are going to favor the Swiss player over the tall American, and that was an example there. The unforced error rather, coming on the forehand side.
(40-15).
169 Ks, that serve.
Another important thing for Venus Williams, if she's going to challenge Hingis, is the first serve. That one, the first service winner of the match. She's going to need a lot. At 17, she has such wonderful hands and court sense when to come to net. You can see Hingis here with a little slice backhand, plays it safely but deep. And look at this feel. That is not an easy shot. You see it a lot of times on backhand volleys, the little caress, good touch back cross court, seldom on the forehand volley. Ooh, that's two this game on that same ad side.
Cheers.
Well, it looked like being an easy service game initially for Williams at 40-15, but not any longer.
Oh, that's the problem. When you play the #1 player in the world, even when you have a lead in a game, it's never that easy to close it out. Forehand error would be disappointing for Venus. Back to deuce.
Advantage Hingis.
And I guess you feel like the pressure is on you to hit winners, and the harder you try to hit them, it just compounds the fact when you're prone to unforced errors anyway. It makes it even worse.
Cheers.
A very deceptive mover, Hingis, isn't she? She doesn't seem to put a lot of effort, but she's always there. Perfect timing.
You know, someone who was like that, it was Chris Evert. She never looked like she was a great mover, but my word, she was there so many times. Great instincts and great first step.
Fell over.
Advantage Williams.
Well, you need a few breaks like that in order to stay close to the #1 player. That's a welcome neck cord.
Gay Williams.
Williams survives the first crisis. It's 1 game all. Hingis is ready to go, but Williams has just gone to towel down. It is very humid today. Warm. The breeze is not quite as fresh as it was at this time yesterday.
Love 15.
Well, you can see the great reach of Venus Williams. A good wide serve from Hingis, which is her favorite serve on the deuce side, but Williams strong enough and long enough to get out there and give it a good whack cross court. Another interesting thing for Venus Williams to do is how much will she attack these second serves?
Like that?
Yeah, she tried to. But, you know, that's good. The effort's there. She knows that's maybe her best opportunity in the point, right there on the second serve, So she kind of overhit that one, but she's sending a message to Hingis.
I'm going to wang him in there.
Net for serve.
Now let's see again on this second serve.
(15-30).
Had her under pressure because of the return of serve. So now Hingis can respond to that by taking pace off and making sure she gets a high percentage of first serves in.
30 all.
Like that was 136 Ks right in the center of the court.
Net for serve.
Would have been out in cricket probably, huh? Someone would have caught it.
Yep. Long on.
Game Hingis.
2-1. Martina Hingis, the defending title holder.
Hingis leads 2-1.
This rent money, it's dead money.
Why are we making our landlord rich and paying off his mortgage?
With interest.
Anxious mum at courtside. Martina's mother, always ever present, as are most of the mums of the youth brigade.
Yeah, they're pretty much all down here. I wonder what would happen if they had a mother's tournament. Wow, great forehand down the line. Venus come to net, but not a very strong approach shot. And one of the reasons I decided to retire was when Kornikova's mother stated she was younger than me. I said, time to get out. There you see the pass up the line.
Kornikova's mother's only a year older than my oldest son.
And there's Brandy Williams. That's Venus and Serena's mom. And there's Serena looking pretty smart with the shades and the beads. She's third on in the garden enclosure against Lucic. So that match is, as Nicole Bradkey pointed out, that will be the winner of the New South Wales 16 and under championship. Right. Of course, Kornikova's floating around there somewhere.
So this is the 18 and under championship here.
Kornikova, I guess she's the wild card.
That fell into a silent void.
There's a lot of wild cards around.
(40-15).
Well, going for the big ace down the center.